So, dudes, Mr. Feed the Aquarium dude. It has been a long time, but I'm back because although my tank has changed a lot since my last video, I have a lot more big cichlids and a lot less little community fish. But the tank is a mess. Over time, these cichlids have dug all the gravel out of these. And I'm just kind of over the design. All these shells were over here, and just, over time the sand pushes up, kind of buried all that area. The cichlids just move a lot more earth, and so I really need to make a little bigger scape. And so, Living for Aquatics on Instagram, a buddy of mine helped someone tear down a fish tank. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of Nubius, 5 Anubias, and a ton of Java Fern that I've just thrown in the tank. And they're kind of just rolling around. I have some old ones as well that just have been sitting there growing. You can see some have grown on that shale. But yeah, so I'm gonna do some rescaping. I have those plants and quite a bit of shale. And so I took a big piece and actually just halved it, and then took another chunk off of it. Here, I really love the texture of it. It's awesome. So I'll have some limestone thrown in here as well, fossiliferous, so fancy word for has fossils in it. And yeah, let's see what we come up with. So in the wild, if we had chipped this off like I did, the sand and silt in the water would hit it and soften that edge a little bit. But me having a fresh break, this thing is extremely sharp. So what I have here, just whatever tool, just to soften it up, man. I'll tell you, you do not want fish running into that hard part. And a lot of flecks are coming off, but yeah. And of course, the part that's really not that fun is continuing to gravel vac and get all of the debris and loam and fish poop, and you start mixing up that sand. And although that stuff sits on the top, you got to really be careful to keep getting rid of it, because if it traps in those layers of sand, it's going to make some noxious gas, and one day you're going to move that sand and it's going to smell up your house. Keeping all my plants moist as I go through here. You can see I have a lot of rock, a lot of pots, some wood. This will be what I'll be super gluing a lot of these to. These twigs. It'll stick to the shale. It'll stick to more porous rocks better. Shells it'll stick to okay. A lot of times, like if it has an opening, you can just put a dab of super glue. And I've grown them kind of out of them, and they do okay like that. I think, like, obviously they love this terracotta pot. This one's grown totally off the side of it, and I have a couple more like that one. It's really not in the dirt, it's on the side, so we'll see. Time to start playing with it. Gravel vac and as clean as I can make it. Wow, that was a lot of gluing. As you can see, I had to rubber band this one. I want to make sure it sits on there good, but I just try to rest everything on it. For example, like this was just, I kind of hooked it like that, and then I just walked around. I've already used 2 full glues, and then I got this third one, and just to kind of show you, and just put a drop right there. Wherever it touches, just put a little drop. You really want this part, the stem, to actually be touching it. So if it's just the roots, it's going to be real wispy and it won't connect to it. But if it's touching it anywhere, it might even start a new shoot this way, really stuck to it. They like organic matter better. They'll grow a little better on these, but I've had some grow really good on the shale. You can see this Java moss back here stuck to that shale. So just a little trick for you. Like this one, I glued these 2 down, and then I use this one as a weight and glue 2 or 3 places here. So now this thing can will sit pretty cool. So now it's the fun part, right? Figuring out where to put this stuff. I've always enjoyed this corner right here, so I'm not even gonna touch that. That over, no reason. These 3, these I can play with wherever I want. And the fun part, figure out where to put it. All right, everything's in, and I'm out of the chlorinator. So I need to go to the pet store. This is a pretty big water change, and I still need to do one more gravel vac. I kind of scooched everything up as I went. But yeah, I'm gonna let these guys relax for a little bit. This water will clear up quite a bit. And yeah, we'll get this thing filled up. All right, it's been a few hours. You can see him being a goofball. I really like Severums a lot. They're real docile, you know, even though they get real big. They're not ever going anywhere in a hurry. And you can see how colored up they are. They all look so good after a big water change, a big cleanup. I gravel vac maybe 4 times throughout. And what I love about sand versus gravel is instead of all the fish poop and debris and everything getting into the gravel, it stays on the surface. And so we really, the sand is shining really bright, and it just looks awesome. You can see I built a little kind of tower system, and they've been swimming throughout it, of shale and limestone. We got all our plants glued down on some different rocks. The big one's on a shell. And so we'll just see kind of how they grow different. They love terracotta. It's kind of that porous material that it really sticks to. So we'll see. I'm really happy with it. I think it adds some dimension to it, some cool tanks. So you tell me what you think. Anything you think I should adjust? I have about twice as many shells that I didn't use. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Should I add some shells to the bottom and in these cracks? Let me know. Mr. Few the Aquarium Dude.